Got my eyes straight ahead, got my head in the game. With the red light on, I'm just waiting for the change. Keep my head down low.
Okay, as many of you will already know, I was a police officer, and one thing I've realised is that the culture of bullying is alive and well. I was at Queensland Police Service. I was a police officer, and I was seconded to the Crime and Corruption Commission to work I made it into the covert surveillance unit, and I worked seconded to the Crime and Corruption Commission up until the very end. Anyway, so the reason why I got out was because of the COVID mandates, which came into action under the delightful former Commissioner Katarina Carroll and Minister for Police Mark Ryan. Anyway, so that's my history with policing. So what I realised was there is a culture of bullying within Queensland Police Service, and I saw a few friends, a few colleagues who were subjected to bullying throughout my career. The interesting thing is the way that police, well, what I saw was the way that QPS dealt with bullying. A lot of the time, it seemed like it was always pushed under swept under the rug kind of thing. So, but it seems like the more you look at the culture and what happens reporting on bullying throughout other police jurisdictions across this great land of ours, Australia, the culture is still the same across the land. So let's go and have a look at this story that came out about a New South Wales police sergeant who was being accused of filming a junior officer. Filming the junior officer urinating into a bottle. The reason why the junior officer was urinating into the bottle is because the sergeant would not stop the car. Wouldn't stop the car so the junior officer could go to the bathroom. So this story, New South Wales police sergeant accused of filming and distributing vision of colleagues' genitals given warning. Okay, so a senior New South Wales police officer has been accused of filming a colleagues' genitals without their consent before distributing it in a group chat that has been issued. The sergeant has been issued with a warning and remains on the New South Wales Police Force. A formal complaint was lodged with the Law Enforcement Conduct Commission against the sergeant, alleging serious bullying and misconduct. The complaint, made last year by a fellow officer turned whistleblower, alleged the sergeant was deployed with two junior officers in November 2023 when he refused to stop their police vehicle. It's a police vehicle, a government-paid vehicle, paid by the taxpayer. He refused to stop it. He's refused to stop to allow one of the officers to use the bathroom during a long drive. The complaint, seen by ABC News, alleges the officer was instead forced to urinate into a bottle. Now, if that's not bad enough, what's the sergeant do? He filmed it. So he filmed his genitals. The officer's urinating into a bottle. The sergeant thinks, hey, now I'm going to film it without the consent. The complaint alleges the sergeant then immediately uploaded the explicit video to a WhatsApp chat group, which included at least 5 other officers. Now, immediately, someone goes and films someone else's genitals like that, and then uploads it. You're using a carrier service. You're using, to spread, and I just can't believe the outcome of all this. Anyway, so the whistleblower who lodged the complaint has spoken to ABC News, but did not want to be identified, expressing his outrage that New South Wales Police chose not to launch a criminal investigation into the incident. Guaranteed, if this was a civilian, like what happened in Western Australia with that chap, the homeowner who was protecting his house, his wife and child, when an armed offender, someone broke into their house with a machete. He's defending his house. Unfortunately, the armed offender passed away from injuries. And yet police were looking at charging the homeowner who was defending his wife, his child, his house. So what are police doing? They were looking, unfortunately, this is the rhetoric that comes out from the Western Australian Police Commissioner. Unfortunately, we've looked at it. We'd like to be able to charge the homeowner, but we can't. But when it comes to their own, it's like, well, we could actually charge them We could actually charge this sergeant because it's, as far as I know, it's a criminal offence. But will they? Well, let's have a look. The LECC assessed the complaint. So these are the people that are supposed to be looking after the complaint when police are, have misconduct going on. These are the people that are investigating, supposed to be investigating, following up on these things. So they've assessed the complaint before referring it to New South Wales Police for it to handle it internally. So they've said, "Oh no, you just take care of this yourself." And you can see what's going on. New South Wales Police said in a statement the matter was not the subject of a criminal investigation and was instead deemed non-criminal. If this was a civilian, it would not be deemed non-criminal. That's what I'm saying. It was referred to for an internal investigation which found the sergeant engaged in unprofessional behaviour. It's just unprofessional, that's all. But did not otherwise elaborate on the findings or indicate which, if any, aspects of the complaint had been upheld. The statement said the sergeant had been given a deputy commissioner's warning notice and a disciplinary transfer to another command. This statement, the New South Wales Police Force does not tolerate bullying and harassment in the workplace. And this incident is deemed to be one in isolation, which has been dealt with accordingly. Well, New South Wales Police, what a load of bull crap rubbish. You do obviously tolerate bullying and harassment in the workplace because old mate is still there working for you. So you do. A spokesman for the LECC said the Commission would not review the New South Wales Police internal investigation and said it had determined not to take any further action in the matter. And you wonder why the general public do not trust government and do not trust the police because you are not truthful, you're not honest, you have no integrity, and you're not open and transparent. They always tell us, oh, because we're trying to be open and transparent, well, we're going to tell you all these things. But they're not open and transparent. They always protect the people they want to protect. As long as you're toeing the line, they will protect you. If you stand up and say, well, hey, what you're doing is not right, you shouldn't be doing these, enforcing these mandates, you shouldn't be doing whatever it is, well, nah, they're not going to protect you. They will throw you, boom, under the biggest bus they can find. In New South Wales, recording an intimate image without consent and distributing an intimate image without consent are both crimes, which, if proven, carry a maximum penalty of 3 years in jail. Thus, you've got to ask New South Wales Police, you've got to ask the LECC, how can you say, how can you hand it off, LEC, for an internal investigation? How, New South Wales Police internal investigators, can you say that you've determined to take no further action? How? When it is actually, you can. The elements seem to be there. When you're going to charge someone, you've got to look at the elements of the charge. The elements seem to be there that this is a crime. You should be going down that road. This is why the public do not have confidence in the police. So this is from the Sydney Criminal Lawyers website. Just going over the same article, the sergeant with the two junior officers, the ABC reported on it. Another senior officer learned of the incident and turned whistleblower. The former senior officer chose to lodge the complaint with the law enforcement oversight body. The whistleblower told the national broadcaster he was outraged to learn that the LECC had handed the matter back to New South Wales Police, only to have it deemed unprofessional, but not a criminal matter. Not a criminal matter. So if indeed, this is what the Sydney criminal lawyers say, if a civilian conducts themselves in a similar manner, they're liable to prosecution. This is what I'm saying. This is what I said, and this is what I think, the same kind of similar attitude to what happened in New South Wales when they were looking at charging that homeowner. Section 91P, 91 Papa of the Crimes Act, 1900 New South Wales, makes it an offence to record an intimate image without consent, while Section 91 Quebec makes it illegal to distribute an intimate image without consent. Both of those offences carry a maximum penalty of 3 years. He did both of them. And you've got the evidence. You would have it on WhatsApp. You would have witnesses. The elements, it seems, at a cursory look, it seems the elements of the offence are there. And yet New South Wales Police said, hey, no. This isn't criminal. Just a little slap on the wrist. And yeah, by the way, we don't put up with bullying. We don't tolerate bullying. So New South Wales Greens MLC Sue Higginson is too appalled about the outcome of this internal police investigation. She considers a mere transfer in response to a senior officer having filmed a junior officer's genitals and then sharing it with others online. A senior officer has violated a junior. This is Get out of this. Look, this is the issue when police start investigating their own. The police cannot be entrusted to investigate their own people. The article, this one from the Sydney Criminal Lawyers, goes on to talk about other issues with the police, and there are so many bigger issues coming, and you sit there going, well, is this the real reason why? Is this just a false flag leading up to this other event? This is just the ramifications of what happened because of so many other bad decisions along the way. We've got a dwindling workforce. A memo written by New South Wales Police Assistant Commissioner Brett McFadden that was subsequently leaked to New South Wales Independent MLC Rod Roberts explained that there were 4,000 vacant New South Wales police positions due to a shortage in new recruits, as well as uptick in officers leaving the force. McFadden added that these were exceptional circumstances and that recruitment drives are currently facing. The memo emerged in October last year, which was the same month when it came to light that officers from 7 Western Sydney area commands were refusing to perform duties that weren't part of the job description when signing up for the force. These duties include bail compliance checks. How is that not part of the job description? Bail compliance check. And attending religious events. Not sure what that's all about. The culture of cover-up in the New South Wales Police cannot be resolved by another review. That will only ever be considered by the police themselves, Higginson made certain on Tuesday. This is the thing. So police always want to do a review. We saw the same thing happen in Queensland. Talks about bullying, talks about issues with domestic violence within the police force, the bullying that plagues Queensland Police Force. Police are doing an internal investigation. Police in this nation cannot be trusted to investigate their own. They cannot be trusted. And quite frankly, areas, bureaucratic areas like the Triple C in Queensland, the Crime and Corruption Commission, they also, because they're similar like the LECC in New South Wales. They also can't be trusted, in my experience. They can be trusted if it's something that's seriously criminal. If there's drugs involved, if there's a headline to make, if there's a headline, good old pats on the back, then if someone's going to get promotion out of it, a bit of kudos out of it, well then we can investigate, then we can take it further. But when it comes to bullying, straight up bullying, police cannot be trusted to investigate their own. That's just the nature of it. We cannot set up another inquiry. This isn't just a state problem. This is a problem across the board in all police jurisdictions in Australia. We need to, I think, get rid of areas like the Crime and Corruption Commission, like the LECC, and they need to be staffed with civilians, people who are completely unconnected with current police services. Like, I'm not saying you can't be a former police officer or something like that if you're properly vetted, but you cannot still be in the employ and of a police service, like what happens in Queensland. We cannot merely just have another police inquiry, just, more senior police looking at it, making a few more announcements and saying, well, this is what we're going to do. At the end of it all, police cannot be trusted. They put out statements saying, hey, bullying is not tolerated within the New South Wales Police Force. I've seen the same statement made within Queensland Police Service. Bullying is not tolerated within the Queensland Police Service. But I know for a fact, because I saw it myself, I know people who were bullied and nothing happened to the people who were doing the bullying. Nothing happened. I know for a fact, one of the officers was sat there and said, oh no, that senior officer, he would never say anything like that. He would never do anything like that. Never. The officer presents with the evidence to support his case of being bullied. No, that would never happen. 12 months later, well, the case has been written off. There's nothing more to see here. Have a nice day. I know for a fact, because I saw it, that's what happens in the Queensland Police Service. Obviously, that's what happens in New South Wales. We've seen it happening in Victoria at different times. Every state. It needs to stop. Will it ever stop? I don't know. And by the way, 4,000 vacancies in New South Wales Police. So we have a lot of vacancies in Queensland. We see all the vacancies in South Australia. Victoria are bleeding police at the moment. And what happens? It just opens up the floodgates for police to come from overseas. People have been saying for a long time now, the conspiracy out there is that all of this drama internally within police, government attacking police officers and forcing them out which I think started with the mandate, was just because they needed an excuse to get more people in from overseas and have police in there that they could control. Police who would just be more like an army that go in and just don't question anything, just go, oh yeah, you want us to go and lock innocent people up? Fine, that's what we'll do. Which is what you'll get if you get too many people from other countries who have a different mindset. Anyway, that's all just my opinion. Let me know what you think. New South Wales Police, you need to do better. I doubt you will do better. And Karen Webb is not the leader, not the commissioner to help you do better. Well, this is just my opinion. Please like and share. My name is Jay Fallon. Thanks for listening to The Slippery Slope.
They just fuel a desire that will take me higher.